right, so we're in an Airbnb right now for this conference, and the kitchen situation, well, as you can see right here, it ain't too good.
There's like 2 pans here.
Yeah, not much at all. Limited kitchen space. The fridge is freaking tiny. We're training all day and we still need to eat healthy, right? Regardless of where we're at on our GLP-1 journey, because I'm microdosing right now, you're maintaining a healthy weight, but regardless, this is a problem for many of you. So what do? We hit Costco yesterday and grabbed 10 items to solve both the time and money problem. Everything takes under 5 minutes, costs less than takeout, and requires basically zero kitchen setup. I'm Dr. Jones, DC, and this is literally our survival strategy for the week. My fiance's here with me, and honestly, this is the exact strategy that I teach our patients who are traveling for work, dealing with temporary housing, or just don't have time to cook. Let me show you exactly what we grabbed and why each one works. Here's why this matters. I lead the coaching department at our nationwide GLP-1 clinic, working with our medical practitioners, helping thousands of busy people. And the 2 biggest complaints that I hear every single day, I don't have time to meal prep and I can't afford to keep ordering takeout. We're literally dealing with both problems right now. We've got a conference schedule, limited kitchen space, trying not to blow our budget on restaurant food all week long. So this Costco run, this is our real life test of what I teach patients. These are executives rushing between meetings, parents juggling kids and work, night shift workers who come home exhausted, same problem, same deal. They don't have hours to spend in the kitchen, and they're tired of spending $15 to $20 every single time they need to eat. Now here's my background. I lost 100 pounds when I was 16 years old, and then I spent a decade yo-yoing the same 50 pounds every single year. I know what it's like to feel like you're failing when you're trying every single thing. That's why I've built my entire practice around helping people find solutions that actually fit their real lives, including my own life right now. Here's what actually matters. You see, when you're on GLP-1 medications, you're eating less volume, which means every bite has to count. Quality matters more than anything else, but you don't need hours in the kitchen or a fortune at restaurants. These 10 items will prove that. Now, before I show you what we grabbed, you need to understand one important thing. When you're starting your GLP-1 medications, you are likely dealing with a heavy amount of insulin resistance. Your body's lost the ability to efficiently switch between burning carbohydrates and burning fat. We call that metabolic flexibility. So here's what I tell patients. For the first 3 to 6 months of your journey, let's cut out the carbohydrates. Let's go for lower carb, higher fat, optimal protein. About 50 grams of net carbs per day, minus fiber. You can have all the fiber you want. This approach helps you improve your insulin resistance. And in our clinical experience, once you've improved the insulin signaling, you can sustainably add back the carbohydrates, rice, pasta, bread, whatever you want. But starting out, these 10 items work perfectly because they're all protein and fat focused. They keep your insulin levels low. They let your body finally access those fat stores. All right, let me show you what we grabbed. Okay, so here's the first thing we grabbed. Thanks, babe. Adele's chicken smoked sausage. The chicken and apple one, about $16.50 for the package.
We had this yesterday for breakfast, huh?
We did. Although, you know, our breakfast is always a little bit later, but yes, our first meal of the day. Literally just heated up for 2 minutes, threw it with some eggs, 0 pans required because it's fully cooked. Now, you know what's interesting is on this package, it says 10 minutes of cooking, but you can actually get away with just 2 minutes in the microwave if you're in a pinch. You're looking at 6 to 8 servings here, so about $2 to $2.50 per serving for high quality chicken protein. Compare that to $12 to $15 for a restaurant sausage dish. This is what we would have been spending for that first meal of the day otherwise. Now, let me tell you about our patient who's basically living the exact same situation. Maria, 45-year-old marketing executive. She travels constantly for work, dealing with hotel rooms and Airbnbs just like we are. She's at the gym 5 days a week, training perfect, macros and everything, but she's busy as hell. She started grabbing this sausage every single Costco run. Mexican style with peppers and eggs for breakfast or your first meal of the day. Sliced with Italian seasonings and marinara over vegetables for dinner. Cut it up for breakfast scramble on the weekends. Same protein, completely different meals, no extra time. I remember when she texted our staff and she said, I'm freaking eating better variety than when I had a meal prep service. That's exactly what we're doing right now. Same sausage, different meals, different days of the week. Variety is king because it keeps you on your toes and it's harder to get acclimated. It gets a little boring when you're eating the same thing, trust me. Now here's why this one works so well. The apple component, that sweetness lets you go savory or sweet, and it works with breakfast eggs or it can work with Italian seasonings. It even works cold, sliced thin over a salad.
And that's what we did for lunch. We had leftovers from breakfast and that's what we did for lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives so much variety. The apple gives you the flexibility that plain sausage doesn't have. Okay, next thing in the cart. Thanks, babe. You're getting better at that, by the way. Okay, so Kirkland Signature pulled pork, about $15.40 for 2 pounds. This gives you 6 to 8 servings, about $2 per serving. Compare that to a $12 Chipotle bowl or $15 for barbecue takeout, which honestly, we were tempted to do that last night, but we stuck with what we had. Okay, so here's the approach that I teach. Meal type thinking. Same protein, different meals throughout the day. Breakfast, throw it over scrambled eggs with cheese. Lunch, pile it on a salad with avocado and ranch. Dinner, heat it up with butter and serve it over cauliflower rice or those stir-fry vegetables that we're gonna show you later. You're hitting your protein targets every single meal without even thinking about it. You see, most patients on GLP-1s need 100 to 150 grams of protein every single day. Not just GLP-1 patients, by the way. If you're watching this video not on GLP-1s, you should be eating about a gram per pound of your target body weight. This makes that effortless. One protein, 3 completely different meals. That's meal type approach thinking. Now, if this is making you think about your own situation, we offer a free discovery call where you can actually speak to our patient advocates who can assess your specific needs and create a personalized protocol. I'll leave a link in the description where you can explore that, or you can also shoot a text message on the screen. But first, let me show you the next item because this one's iconic. This one's probably the most famous Costco item ever. Woo, a little spiral on that. Okay, the rotisserie chicken, $4.99. This is in our Airbnb fridge right now. One chicken gives you about 4 to 5 meals. That's about $1 to $1.25 per meal. You can't beat that for high quality protein. Compare that to $15 to $20 for a restaurant rotisserie, and we're looking at serious savings over this week. I work with a 65-year-old patient named Adam. He was worried that he couldn't afford GLP-1s and healthy eating the whole 9 yards. Thought he was running out of time to get healthy before retirement. Wanted to keep up with his grandkids. Same pressure we're feeling this week trying to balance conference costs with eating right. Showed him this rotisserie chicken, $5, 4 to 5 meals, 0 prep. He was spending 15 to 20 bucks per meal on healthy takeout, thinking that's what it took. He's down 35 pounds, saving $200+ monthly, has the energy to keep up with those grandkids. He told us, sometimes the simplest solution is really the best one. And that is so true. Definitely one of the iconic themes here. Now, here's the versatility approach. Over salad for lunch, shredded in lettuce wraps for dinner, cold sliced, thin for snacks, thrown into scrambled eggs for breakfast.
I love making this with like shawarma sauce or tzatziki sauce, curry. It's so easy.
Yeah, you do have a killer recipe for that. You can add different seasonings each time. Buffalo ranch seasoning, Italian herbs, Mexican spices, same chicken, endless variations, 0 extra time. By the way, do you want me to create a video breaking down 10 different ways to use this rotisserie chicken throughout the week? Comment below and tell me which item that you want me to dive deeper on, and I'll make a video exclusively on that. Now let me show you the next option. Now here's another chicken option that we love, Kevin's Natural Foods roasted garlic chicken, 32 ounces for about $16.50. This gives you 4 to 5 servings, about $3 to $4 per serving. Kevin's already done all the work. No marinating, no seasoning, no cooking on your end. Just heat this bad boy up and it's ready to go in a couple minutes. This is flavor first convenience. The roasted garlic is already infused into the meat. You're getting restaurant quality flavor without any other work. Heat it up and eat it. You can throw it over vegetables, over a salad, straight out of the container if you're rushing between conference sessions or you're just really busy.
Remember the shirataki noodles that we bought before at Walmart?
Yeah.
This one goes really good with that. It's a nice, it's like a pasta dish without the carbs.
That would be great for the keto phase, which is where most of you guys are at right now.
Or some protein pasta.
Yeah, love that, love that. The difference between this and the rotisserie, this is pre-marinated, pre-seasoning with specific flavors. The rotisserie is your blank canvas. Both are gonna work for you. Pick based on whatever you want, bold flavor already done for you, or if the flexibility to season it yourself is what you're really feeling. Remember, these 10 items, you don't need to buy them all. These are options that you can work with. Just get a handful when you're busy and switch it up week by week. Next up, Kirkland Signature farm-raised cooked shrimp. Woo! Got an arm on that, baby. About $18.60 for 2 pounds. You're looking at 8 to 10 servings here, so about $2 per serving for high quality shrimp. Compare that to $15 to $20 for shrimp at the restaurant. Now, ideally, you would love the tail off version, but they didn't have it. That would give you just that little extra level of convenience. Just rinse and eat. But tail on works too as well. You're just gonna do a little extra work. You're just pulling off the tail as you go. Both are fully cooked, both ready in a handful of minutes. This is lean protein with omega-3 fatty acids. Over salad with cocktail sauce, thrown in with those stir-fry vegetables that we're gonna show you in lettuce wraps, 2 minutes, and you're eating delicious. And if you're doing carnivore, if you're doing animal-based, cut all that out and just load this up with butter. Delicious. This is what I call luxury lean. See, it's good for you with those anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids, and it takes less time than ordering DoorDash.
Do you remember remember we brought these too on our travels. These are so easy. So they're the
I didn't know you brought these.
Yeah, they're the ones that we got from Trader Joe's last time.
Yeah, if you guys saw my Trader Joe's video, these are crushed. I didn't even know she brought these, but this is awesome because literally you have these convenient Costco protein items, and this is literally all your seasons ready to go. If you love Indian, it's not for everybody, but I'm a big fan. When you're on GLP-1s and you're dealing with nausea, some days cold, lean proteins like shrimp tend to be easier on your stomach while you're still hitting your protein targets. All right, next item up. Woo. That didn't work. Kirkland Signature Beef Pot Roast with Gravy. About $19.40 for over 2 pounds. This gives you about 6 to 8 servings, about $2.50 to $3 per serving. Compare that to $16 to $20 for pot roast at a restaurant. Look, this one's one of my personal favorites. Back in my original weight loss days when I was freaking starving myself, I was eating about 800 to 1,000 calories thinking that that's what I needed to do to lose weight. This was way back in the day, almost 20 years ago. I was brain foggy, exhausted, cold all the time. I'd skip meals, crash 3 p.m., and then binge on whatever was the fastest. Here's what I've learned from that nightmare and from working with over thousands of patients who've done the same thing. You need convenient, high-calorie, nutrient-dense options for when you're too tired to cook, but your body desperately needs fuel, like right now after a full day at the conference for training. This pot roast is one of those solutions. Zero prep, high fat and protein keeps you satisfied for hours. And here's the key. What you add transforms this dish. Curry spices for that Indian style, chimichurri for some Argentine blend, barbecue sauce for American comfort foods, hot sauce and lime for Mexican style.
Babe, we should also show them that recipe of like the Asian style where we put it in like the soy sauce, monk fruit, simmer it so it's like sweet and salty with some green beans. We should show them that recipe.
You're making that one later, right?
Yeah.
Remember, this meat is just your base. The seasonings give you the variety. You're eating quality nutrition in under 2 minutes total. That's how you can avoid going into a metabolic downregulation because you're not eating enough food. Remember, GLP-1s take away your appetite. You are gonna have to push yourself to eat. And so making the food delicious is gonna be a key to make it easier to make sure that you don't undereat. Thanks, babe. Okay, so we have Cuisine Solutions sliced grass-fed beef sirloin, about $29.50 for 2 pounds. This gives you about 8 to 10 servings, about $3 per serving. Compare that to $20 to $25 for some grass-fed steak at the restaurant. The fact that it's pre-sliced, that's the game changer here. No cutting board, no knife, no heating required unless you want it warm, of course. This is grab and go convenience at its highest with premium grass-fed quality. Cold over a salad is delicious, room temperature with cheese and olives, heated up with some butter and garlic, rolled up with some mustard for a quick snack. This is premium grass-fed beef that takes less time than freaking microwaving leftovers. This next one might be the most powerful example of why I focus on quality over quantity. Let me show you what happened with a patient whose insulin levels were so high on a maxed out dose of GLP-1s that she couldn't even touch it. See this one right here? Mission Hill Bistro Smoked Sliced Beef Brisket. About $27.50 for almost 2 pounds. This gives you 8 to 10 servings, about $3 per serving. Restaurant brisket, that would run you $25 to $30 easy. Now, let me tell you about our patient, John. He was taking 2.4 milligrams of semaglutide, the max dose, losing nothing. We ran his labs, his fasting insulin was 28. Optimal was on that lower end, closer to 5 to 10. But this was way beyond even conventional lab ranges. His insulin resistance was so severe that the medication couldn't overcome it. He started eating quality, high-fat proteins like this brisket while working with our medical team. What's great about this dish is you can eat it hot with butter and greens for dinner. You can do it cold, thin sliced over a salad. Within 8 weeks, his fasting levels dropped to 12, still high, but it was moving in the right direction. And the scale started to finally move. That's why we focus on quality when you're eating less volume on these medications. Every meal has to count because when your insulin levels are high, the system is broken, you're not gonna burn fat. This brisket is high quality beef fat that keeps your insulin level stable and keeps you satisfied. Temperature and texture approach. This works hot, cold, or at room temperature. Hot for dinner comfort food, cold for a quick lunch protein. Room temperature as a snack. Different temperatures, different textures, same convenient protein. Now, if you want me to show you exactly how to meal plan with just some of these starter tier items for an entire week, comment below with which item that you want me to focus on. Okay, now here's your vegetable base. Yeah, I'm really happy you didn't throw this one at me. Kirkland Signature Stir-Fried Vegetable Blend, $9 for this massive pack, about 25 servings. Microwave it up, put it on a stove top, 5 to 6 minutes max. That's it. This is a meal completion. It pairs with every single protein that we've showed you so far that we just talked about. The chicken, the pork, the beef, the shrimp, all of it. You need vegetables for your fiber, for your volume, of course, if you're not doing carnivore, but most people on GLP-1s don't want to spend the time prepping them. We certainly didn't have time for that this week. Throw these with any protein, add butter or olive oil, any seasonings that you like, Asian style with soy sauce and ginger, Italian with garlic and herbs, Mexican with lime and chili powder. You're getting your vegetables without any of the work. Trust me, this is a game changer for sure. This is hands down one of my favorite items.
It's my favorite. That's why it's your favorite.
I know, baby. That's the real reason. Okay, so we have a la carte herbes de Provence lamb shanks, about $23.50 for 2 shanks. This gives you about 4 to 6 servings, depending on how you portion it out, about $4 to $5 per serving. Compare that to $35 to $40 for lamb shanks at restaurants, because that's what you're gonna pay. This is elevated adventure eating, fully cooked in a rich sauce with lavender, honey, and thyme. You're heating and eating. When you're tired of chicken, beef, and you want something that feels special, when you're celebrating, this is your move without a chance. One of the biggest problems we see with patients on GLP-1s, food boredom. They eat the same 5 things over and over, they get sick of it, fall off the wagon. Variety matters. That is one of the keys to sustainable weight loss long-term. This lamb shank option keeps your palate interested without adding any work. Over mashed cauliflower, over regular vegetables with a side salad, however you wanna do it. It's fancy, it's different, and it takes very little time.
It's the best with tzatziki sauce though. It's the best Mediterranean style with some Greek salad on the side. It's
Yeah.
my favorite. It's my
Yeah. Well, when I'm doing my lifts right now, because I do get carbs right now, as I want you guys to have carbohydrates in the future, lifting days, making a nice little gyro, so good. Drop a comment describing your current biggest barrier to eating healthy on GLP-1s. Is it time? Is it money? Is it boredom? Let me know and I'll make a video specifically on a solution for that. I got a little bonus item for you really quick. Now, I don't eat these because I do a lot of fasting, but babe, where does this really come in for you?
All day. I snack on these all day. Between meetings, when I'm on meetings, I eat it cold.
Yeah, these chicken bites, and they have steak bites too as well. This isn't a meal. You could make it a meal on the go, but this is straight protein, ready to eat. And how's it taste?
Amazing. It's got sodium in there. It's really juicy. It's not dry. Really flavorful.
Yeah,
for chicken breast.
For having your high quality protein needs, this is a snack that you wouldn't think of. Literal meat that you eat cold. I mean, you don't even heat it up, right?
No, I eat it cold. I love it.
Game changer for a quick high protein snack on the go. All right, now let me show you how to build this based on your budget. Because remember, you don't need all 10. Starter tiers, just pick 4 items. Rotisserie chicken, $5. Pulled pork, $15. Adele sausage, $16.50. Stir-fry vegetables, $9. That's about $45 total. This covers 20 to 25 meals, 3 proteins with a vegetable side, infinite combinations. Mid-tier, add 3 more to get comfortable. Kevin's chicken, $16.50, shrimp, $18.60, pot roast, $19.40. Now you're about $100 total. Covers 30 to 35 meals. You've got 6 different protein options to rotate through. Okay, full tier, all 10 items if you want maximum variety. Some patients will use all 10. With a large family, a lot of meals in front of them, most use 5 to 7. Find what works for your life. This system scales to you. Now here's the real math that matters. Average person on GLP-1s, take out 3 to 4 times a week, that's $200 to $300 a month, plus $50 to $80 in groceries. That ends up going bad because you're too tired to cook them. You're spending $250 to $380 per month on food that doesn't even support your results. Using even half of these items, maybe 80 to 100 bucks for your favorites, you're not gonna spend more. You're spending smarter. That's the difference. And honestly, that's what we're providing this week. Quality doesn't have to mean expensive or time consuming. Look, here's what you need to remember. Time and money are 2 biggest barriers to eating healthy on GLP-1s. These 10 items remove both barriers. Each one costs less per meal than takeout. Each one keeps your insulin levels low while you're improving that metabolic flexibility. You don't need perfection, you need progress. Sustainability long-term means picking a plan that you can actually stick with. Pick 3 to 4 items that fit your life right now, master those and more when you're ready. That's how my most successful patients do this. And that's literally what we're doing here in this Airbnb this week. They start simple, they build consistency, and they don't overwhelm themselves. Now, if you're ready to get professional support with your GLP-1 journey and you want to work with me, my medical team, my coaches, book a discovery call using this link. I'll leave it in the description, or you can text the number on the screen. We'll address your specific situation, your schedule, your budget, and create a personalized protocol that actually works with your real life, whether you're traveling, dealing with limited kitchens, or just trying to balance everything. Now, if you guys want to actually see one of the recent Costco runs that we did, check out this video right there so I can show you the exact items that I purchased from Costco on many of the various runs to set you up for success in the future. We'll see you guys later.